start the recording if possible.
Yeah, I have started the recording.
Okay, so Rohit, you are the conductor, so go on.
Okay, firstly, introductory round will be there. Then after the speech, and after that, impromptu.
Hmm.
Okay. Firstly, I am going to introduce myself. My name is Rohit Kumar Rajak. I I belong to Patna, Bihar. I am currently pursuing my BTech from the National Institute of Technology, and my interest is to just enhance the technical knowledge. Thank you. Next on Sekhar.
Hello everyone, good afternoon to all. Myself Sekhar Kumar and currently I am studying mechanical engineering in National Institute of Technology Patna, and I live in Sonpur, Bihar, and my hobbies are to watch movies and play badminton. Thank you.
Okay, next on Kaushal.
So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kaushal Kumar, and I am from Patna, Bihar. Currently, I am doing my BTech from National Institute of Technology, Patna, and I am in my third year. I am not feeling well today, but still I am here in front of all of you, and that's it. That's all about me.
Next person.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Prashant Tripathi, and I'm from Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh, and currently I'm pursuing my BTech from NIT Patna. My hobby is to uh, read novels and listen to music, and apart from that, I like to learn some things in the field of technology. That's it.
Shubham has also joined. Shubham, it's your turn.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shubham Gupta. I am from Patna, Bihar. Currently, I am pursuing my Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering from National Institute of Technology, Patna. My interest lies in engineering and technology, and I keep on working on my skills every day. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Next round, we will proceed for the speech round. So I am going to represent a speech. My topic for the today's is unemployment. Uh, Unemployment in India. Okay, the unemployment is a very serious issue in India. The thousands of the people of the India are wanting to job, but they are not able to get the job. They are willing to work, but the government and the private sector are not providing the proper job to the people due to the more number of the population. In India, we are living in the country of the highly dense populated country. Unemployment refers to the situation in which the person is skilled and talented but wanting to job, but they are not getting the job due to the several reasons. One of the reason is highly population, and the various type of unemployment exist in India. Disguised unemployment, seasonal unemployment, technological unemployment, structural unemployment, cyclic unemployment, educated unemployment, frictional unemployment, and casual unemployment. These are the types of unemployment exist in India. What are the reasons behind the unemployment? First reason is that we are living in the country where the vast population are living. So, and the economical growth rate is so down, and the population growth is high. Seasonal occupation is also exist in India, and the fall also in the cottage industry nowadays. So the people are not able to get the job, and the population are increasing day by day. The situation has become drastic when the highly educated person was ready to work as a sweeper because they have no choice of work, and they have a family pressure to, and also for the survival of the life, they adopted the work as a sweeper. instead of that, they are highly educated. Apart from this, large section of the population are dependent on the agriculture, and the agricultures are the seasonal employment provider. So only during the plantation and harvesting, agriculture sector provide the employment. The things will be going like that in like the current situation, then the India will face the very critical situation of the unemployment. Apart from this, it will also affect the increase in the poverty, increase in the case of the criminal rate, exploitation of the labor, and the mental instability, loss of skill. As a result, it will damage the nation. The government has also taken some initiative to just reduce the number of unemployment in India. Some schemes include IRDP, Integrated Rural Development Program, DPAP, Drought Prone Area Program, Johar Rozgar Yojana, Unemployment Assure Scheme, NRY, Nehru Rozgar Yojana, Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi Rural Employment Guarantee Act. These are the schemes brought by the government, but due to the corruption, these schemes are not reaching to at the ground level, and due to also the unemployment, the local leader are in their scheme. Finally, I want to conclude that we are living in the vast populated area, and the unemployment exists in India only due to the highly population, and the government are also taking the initiative, but due to corruption, it is not reaching to us, and there is not a complete solution for the unemployment. We are living in the vast area. That's all from my side. Okay, next on Kaushal.
Why Rohit? Okay. So today I am going to. Am I audible or not? First of all.
Yes, Kaushal, you are audible.
Okay. So today my topic of speech is going to be summer through my window. I am again repeating it, summer through my window. The topic is rather a philosophical one than an informative one, but still I thought why not talk about this thing. So every year once summer arrives in our neighborhood, we have two kind of reactions. We either like it or we either hate it. There is no in between them. I still remember my school days when I waited for my summer vacation for months and months to enjoy them at fullest. My now summer has become rather boring for me. The same summer for which I waited for months and months when I was a child is now becoming a boring event in my day-to-day life. My window remained same, but my perspective has changed a lot. When I was a child, I looked through the same window at some sparrows and watched them relax under a shade from sunlight. I can feel their joy and relaxation just after looking at them. Now, when I look at those sparrows from the same window in summertime, I feel their thirst for water and their uneasiness from heat. When we are kids, we are innocent. We do not worry the effects of our action. We were dumb, hence we were happy. And as we mature and we become more and more mature, we lose our sense of finding happiness and gain the sense of finding sorrow and problem in every scenario possible. I still remember those days when I used to climb our mango tree during summer days. It was a really big mango tree, and I will tell you that I was not that obese. I was not that obese like now. When I was a child, I was lean and fit, and during those days, I I climbed those trees only to collect few seedlings of mango. Tree was used, but so was my innocence, and that is why I climbing trees were one of my favorite hobbies. But now when I think of it, I really feel stupid. Nowadays, I can assure you that I can buy 20 mangoes more willingly than to climb a tree and collect them. I analyze the risk associated with my actions more comprehensively now when I have grown up. And that habit have restricted me from doing so much exciting things, so many exciting things that I could have done when I was naive. Well, summer goes and comes every year, and my window remains the same, but it is me who has changed a lot. And I can rightly say that for me the summer has changed from the same window. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaushal. Now the turn goes to Sekhar.
Hello everyone. Today my topic is what makes a good life. My topic would mainly focus on a survey conducted. Okay, so what keeps us happy and healthy as we go through different phases of life? If you were to invest now in your future-based self, where would you invest your amount of energy and time? Think about it sometime. So there was a survey conducted among millennials, and they were asked to what their most important life goals were. So 80% of them said that their major life goals was to become rich, and another 50% they told that uh, they told that over they told that another important life goal was to become famous. So what? So achieving this aim keeps us happy or what? So uh, to find true meaning of happiness, survey was conducted. I can say that this survey was the most long long term survey conducted. It goes on for 75 years. Okay, so Harvard study of adult development studied the life of over 724 men and their children, and they were asked about their work, their relationship, their health. Okay, so they tracked down two lives of two groups of men. One was the Harvard pass out student, and another was Boston's poorest neighborhood. And information they have generated over many pages, they have generated enormous amount of information, and those information reveal that good relationship keeps us happier and healthier. Social connection are really good for us, and loneliness kills us. It turns out that who are connected to their family, to their friends, to the community, uh, lives longer and are happier and physically healthier than people who are less connected to their family, to their friend. Uh, like for example, not if we are about to buy a car or any mobile or any laptop, we we become so happy, but that happiness is not true happiness. It is like short term happiness. But when we talk to our parents, to our friends, uh, to our relatives, we feel a different kind of emotion in our heart, and that is true happiness. That will be a long term happiness. So the people who are isolated, lonelier, they feel that they are less happy, and their health declines sooner, and also their brain functioning declines quicker. So good relationship don't just protect our body, it also protect our brain. uh, it, People in their 80s, it is found that the people in their 80s, when they really feel that they can count another people in their times of need, uh, those people memory stays sharper and longer. So some people say that if we had lots of money, we can buy happiness, or we would be happy. But money can buy you happiness up to a point, like uh, up to the point that meet our basic needs, like shelter, food, or basic commodity. Okay, up to that point we are okay, and after that, happiness depend on when where we are investing our money. So uh, so what should we do? So we should start talking to our relatives, to our family member, which who have from which we have not talked for so much time, and we should start replacing our screen time with family time. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Shikhar. Yes, Prashant, your turn.
Thank you, Rohit, for giving me the stage to speak. So, a very good afternoon, everyone. This is Prashant Tripathi, and today I'm going to speak on a very sensitive topic, that is the sexual assault, which is happening against women. And I think this is not a very new topic. And I'm very sure that you all must have encountered this topic around thousands of times. Why? Because this is something which is becoming very common in India. So it is my duty to make you guys aware of this topic. So, what is sexual assault? It is nothing but it is simply a sexual contact or behavior that happened to the victim his without his or her contact. Yes, it can happen to both male and female. But since 99% of the cases happens with the female, so we are going to discuss that only. Okay, so why I have chosen this topic? Because I wanted you guys to know the deep the deep hidden truths which I think you all should know. Okay, so let's proceed. So if I'm saying something with data in that, so I think that is going to be very effective. According to a data from NCRB, that is National Crime Record Bureau, around 83,000 rape cases were recorded in the year 2019. In the year 2019, okay. If you will convert it on daily basis or on the time frame of 20 minutes, around one rape happens every 20 minutes. It means, like, if you have to really compare it, by the time we are finishing this meeting, already two had happened. So this is how we can compare. Now I'm here not only to blame, I'm here to put all the perspective, I mean all perspective, to show you the reason that why this happened and what are the steps that we can take as a part of this society. Okay, the very first reason why this happens, no, why this happens, the very first reason is the patriarchal mindset. You know, we always see that a man is dominant. This has been in our culture from long ago. Although we respect women, but this attitude has somehow, resulted, like the Delhi rape case which happened in 2012. You know why did it happen? It happened due to this only. That it started with the argument between both the parties, and at last it turned out that it was, it was a masculine dominant of that person. So we can say that patriarchy plays a very important role. So now is the time we have to give equal importance to both the gender, either male or female. Okay. The second case is, the alcohol and drugs. This all promotes, and so these are the various reasons. Now I'm going to point out. Now the many people often raise this question, that are the dresses do the dresses which the victim wear really invite this kind of acts. So at last I also want to know the views of you guys on this topic. But what I think, what my personal views are, doesn't matter what the victim was wearing, the blame is always going to happen to the criminal. Okay, but at least we can assess the risk, what risk and values associated with the victims dress. How? Like suppose I'm going to give you a very simple example. Suppose there is a car, okay, and there is a thief outside it. If if inside that car there is a bag full of money, then I think that car is more prone to what? Being theft. This is a simple case with this also. We know, but in both the cases, the victim should be blamed. But in both the cases, the culprit should be blamed. Okay, but in this case, what happens? Suppose you are seeing a girl. Okay, if 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 a girl is wearing really something which is vulnerable, so in that case, we are going to point out that girl only. Why? Because this culture has been influenced by what our mind is viewing. That has been our it has been a great impact of Bollywood industry on our mind. So this was the overall view, and at last I want to have some little bit discussion from you guys also. What are your thoughts, and how we are going to tackle these? And also I'm going to point out the family culture which we are missing. Yes, the family culture. I mean, we have separated both the gender in such a way. Like if I'm seeing a girl, I'm like whom I'm interacting. So we don't have to deal these issues separately. We have to build a co-culture in which both the genders can be can be equally lived, and like two males can be friends. I think a male and female too can be friend in a very good way. So these culture we have to bring it, and female ladies have to tell to their child that yes, there was a time when male counterpart was standing for me. He has taken my side. He has helped me a lot. Similarly, father has to told their child about the peer pressure and how to counter the peer pressure which you're getting from your friends. They have to inculcate a very good culture in their children. These things are not going to happen if we are giving that penalty to anyone. It is not going to end. We have to change the system. We have to change the mindset. We have to change the perception. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. Shubham, it's your turn now.
Yeah, thank you, Rohit. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I am going to speak about the topic need of education policy, need of employment policy in India. So, yeah, employment policy. In India, every year nearly 1 crore people enters into job market, but nearly 5 lakh people get job. So the rest 95% people are jobless or unemployment or underemployed. So this is a very urgent need that even after 70 years of independence, we are not able to provide proper job opportunities to our youth. And what may be the reasons behind that? The first and foremost reason which I can see is that no government has given proper attention to employment policy. We have given much importance to education policy, health policy, but not employment policy. And according to government, employment is a byproduct of education. And there is no need of employment policy, only we need education policy. And in recent new education policy, there were some emphasis on employment, but I understand that that is a good step. That is a good step. But I understand that education and employment are two different things. They are very much two different things. Because even after getting education from IITs, AIIMS, and other technical and scientific institutes, many scientists, engineers, doctors, and other professionals flew away to other countries like USA, China, UK, Japan, and they work there. So what is the need of that education? If they cannot work in our India, they say that they do not have job opportunities here. So even if we are providing good education, and if they are not able to get employment here, so what is that the need of that education? Employment policy will fill that gap. There would be proper education, and for that education there should be employment opportunities. And if there are less employment opportunities, there would be education, and that is a need, and that will surely convert our liability, which is our population, into an asset, a wonderful asset. The best example is of China, where there are 3 policies, and from childhood every child gets the benefit of education policies, health and employment policies. They have turned their population into an asset and has developed a lot in IT industry, manufacturing industry, and has developed themselves as a country and developed the standard of living of their people. And we should also do that. And apart from that, education policy, employment policy, which will surely cater the unemployment problems in India, we should also, it is a long-term process. It will take time to cater to the employment policy needs, but in a short term, there is a much greater need of a social reform, and that reform is for the rest 95% of the people who are not able to get job. They are getting job in informal sector. They are not able to get good income. They do not have any health insurance or any health policy, and they do not also have any pension benefits. So the rest 95% people should get some sort of health and social security, so that they could also live a good standard of living and can educate their children and maintain and can get out of the fiscal cycle of poverty. So at last I want to conclude that employment policy is a need, and at the same time social security to all is a most important thing that government should focus at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubham. Okay, Kshitij has joined late. So the Kshitij, firstly introduce yourself and then after proceed for the speech.
Introduce myself. My name is. I am from. My voice is audible or not?
Yes, Kshitij, audible.
Hello everyone. My name is Kshitij Ranjan Khatia. I am from NIT Patna. Sorry. Hello everyone. My name is Kshitij Ranjan Khatia. I am from Kanpur Nagar, Uttar Pradesh. Currently, I am pursuing BTech from NIT Patna, and my strength is hardworking and disciplined person. And my hobby is listening music and watching movies, etc. And today I will speak on the topic police commissariat system in India. I have chosen this topic because recently, last year in Uttar Pradesh, Yogi government has introduced police commissariat system in Lucknow and Gautam Buddha Nagar. That is also called in short form Noida. Its full form is New Okhla Industrial Development Authority. In these two cities, Yogi has introduced police commissariat system. First, I will tell you about what is police commissariat system and how it is differ from other cities. In before 2020, there is no police commissariat system in any city of the Uttar Pradesh. Yogi has proposed this police commissariat system on 13 January 2020 as a trial of the two cities, Lucknow and Gautam Buddha Nagar, that is called Noida. Why it is the need of, why is need of the police commissariat system and the other thing I will tell you about that. The minimum population required for the police commissariat system is 10 lakh, and the population of the Lucknow is 29 lakh, and population of the Gautam Buddha Nagar is about 16 lakh. To control the law and order and the other things by the in present days, by the district magistrate. At the district level, administration is controlled by the district magistrate in the any city. But wherever the police commissioner system that is also in Lucknow and Gautam Buddha Nagar, now some magisterial power will transfer to the commissioner. Means in these two cities, commissioner is more powerful than the district magistrate. Or other word you can say that in these two cities, IPS is more powerful than IAS. And I will tell you that how it works and how it will be beneficial for the others. First, you have to understand the thing that how the other district works. There is the dual system in India. At the district level, how it works, I will tell you that there is the first one is district magistrate, or in other words we call district collector or collector, that is DM, and the other man is superintendent of police, that is SP. Here SP assists to the DM, and district magistrate and SP both control the law and order or in your city. But in the case of police commissioner, police commissioner has no need to report to the district magistrate. He directly report to the government. For if any person have to have the large concert, if it means, or other word we can say there is larger concert in your city, then the approval will be given by police commissioner, not by the magistrate. Other things like any protest, any means related to law and order will be only be controlled by the police commissioner. Means in these two cities, Lucknow and Gautam Buddha Nagar, police commissioner has more power than the district magistrate. Now, in this year, 2021, the two more cities are added to this system, Kanpur Nagar and also Varanasi, to this police commissionerate system. In this police commissioner, you can say that it directly reports to the government. So now in this system, SP will not be there. There will be the commissioner. There will be other 5 additional IPS which works under this commissioner. They have also some magisterial power like DM, like the other cities. Thank you.
Thank you, Chitij. It was very informative speech. Okay, guys, we will proceed for the impromptu round.
Rohit sir.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, bro, you are free to say.
Because we are less in number, why don't we do a question answer round regarding the speeches that you people made?
Okay.
That even I wanted.
Okay then. So I have noted few questions. The first one is from Sekhar. So your topic was what makes us happy, and in your topic you said that socialization, being social is one of the few key point by which we can become happy or by maintaining a relationship. So what are your thoughts about this COVID scenario? In COVID lockdown, people are generally isolated. Then how will you tell them to be happy in absence of socialization? Hello, Sekhar.
Hello. So you are asking how will you tell them to
Be happy.
Be happy. Okay.
Yeah.
The last para that I said in the topic that people should talk to their family members firstly, and if they have had any problem, what they feel like, if they have any,
Sorry.
if there is anything in their what I say, if they have anything in their heart, they should talk to their family member, their friend. They should share their feeling. uh, this should make them less bulky in their heart. They should share their emotion, and this makes them happy.
Okay, so what
Okay.
if we share something which we were not supposed to share, and then the problem becomes more complicated?
No, there is something that we can't share. Uh, they, there is some matters that we can't tell to our parents. We should keep them in our heart. Okay.
Okay. So, Prasad,
Yes. Yes,
your
Kaushal.
topic was sexual harassment of women, am I right?
Yeah.
So, do you think that this sexual harassment is a cultural problem?
Okay. I just want to take 20 to 30 seconds to frame up my thoughts.
Yeah, go on. We are just casually talking.
So, I'm ready. Actually, directly linking it with the culture is not right. But how I have conveyed my thought is, like, our culture has always, said that man has to do this job, woman has to do this job. Everything was written like it was like this. So it has created a society which is patriarchal. I mean, man dominant society. Okay. So what happens in such man dominant societies? I might agree that you are okay, you're fine. But that is not the case with everyone. Just a second, just a second. I'm not directly linking it. So, what happens in some cases when the house condition is not very well? So, at that case, we can see the violence. Why? Because man says that it is more dominant. Whatever he will say, that will be right. That is also glorified in our Bollywood industry also. In the very past movies, that men will do the outer work, women will do the housework. So that is why I've linked that with the culture. This patriarchal thoughts which we are getting, and indirectly it is turning into what somewhat violence. People feel that men are really powerful. So this is what they have. Sometimes due to ego, due to that ego only, they are just doing these kind of activities.
Hmm. Look, see, everybody can cross question anybody, so you people should not be silent throughout this meeting. If you want to ask some questions, then you can also go.
Hey, I want to have some discussion on this topic. I want to know everyone's views. Okay, just this,
Hey, I
uh,
agree with you, person. Whatever you said, I agree with you.
I want to know what you think. Okay, what is your perspective? Like, suppose there is a girl. Okay, do you really get insight by the clothes she wears? I mean, what is your thought? I want to say, does this cloth really promote this kind of culture? Does does the sexy attire of women promote this? I should say, like, sexual violence. What is your views?
I would not say that it
and
increases
and
or
and and,
attracts.
and if you say yes, give me logic. If you say no, then also give me logic. Why don't you think? Don't be like this. No, I don't think so. Just like, be a, like, taking side of women's. That is not going to be going to happen here.
See, uh, uh, if
You have to be very frank.
yeah, I am. I will be very frank. See, I don't think that these clothes propel or attract these kinds of things, because suppose if a woman is wearing shorts, then men will say that okay, I am attracted towards her and I can do whatever I want. But if that was the case, or if that was the only point by which we can define this violence, then why this sexual harassment case happens with children? They don't wear clothes in a sexual manner, am I right? Then why these kind of cases happen to them? If this clothing and outer appearance was responsible for sexual harassment of somebody, then same would have happened with kids. But no, even kids are being sexually harassed in our country, and they don't even wear clothes like that. Okay, so I don't think that this logic is this statement that clothes are responsible for sexual harassment is valid in my opinion. What about others? Do you also feel the same?
Kaushal, you are right. I want to add, but in some cases you might see that yes, it is possible. Not in every cases, like you have mentioned. In case of
I
child,
will be.
we can say
I will.
that it is not
I
necessary.
will want to add something. See, uh, there is one case. Maybe there. Suppose all the women. Suppose there is a village. Okay, and all the women are there. Are fully covered. They wear sari, or they wear salwar suit, etc. Okay, and um, suddenly a woman comes in a short from city, or you can say some foreign country in that village. Then don't think it will be awkward. Okay, just fine. Means there you can I thought that there will be some persons which might be think about their clothes, and might be think about the other things. I just want to say there is a place. Okay, means if the women are wearing shorts in the place where all the people are with the same thoughts, means all the other women are also wearing shorts in a place in my city, Kanpur. But in a village area, I think it is not okay. Means I want to say that place to place it varies. We have to change our mentality. Means in village areas, those people which are living in village area, they also have to change their mentalities. They are seeing the women in sari or in salwar suit, etc. They means, and suddenly they saw the woman with the in shorts. I think yeah, hormones are there. Sorry about that.
Anyone else?
Hello.
Second, yeah, second.
Mhm.
Go on.
Uh, so I think that girls has freedom to wear any type of cloth. Okay, like in India, wearing Western clothes, people think that they are more prone to rape, and in America or any foreign country, wearing Indian clothes or wearing burqa, they are more they they are more prone to rape, as people say. Okay, so I would like to say one line. Okay, only one line, that uh, at the last they should know the meaning of what is underwear. Like it is underwear. Uh, it should be wear under clothes. Okay, like but so if you see some are coming up as people out of clothes, okay. So that is what I am saying. Okay, thank you.
Prashant, you know one thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You know one thing.
yeah.
One girl has asked a question on Quora that can I wear bikini and underwear in the temple? Means, can I wondering about that, or I can enter with the bikini and underwear in the temple, and am I free to do that? And the worshipper has answered very well. I don't have remember answer, but means we have also the such a type of the people we think that over-minded.
Mm-hmm. Like, is anyone else want to add some points? Shubham.
Yeah, I think that the problem is that see, actually, male are the superior in our society, and they were previously also superior, and now also they are superior. And that is the female learn everything from male. Even we also learn from our father. The wife also learns from his husband or his father. So actually, what we learn from society actually originates from our parents, and also in our parents, the male is that person who is actually the leader, and we follow the male that is the leader. And when the leader or the male degrades in its character, then the whole society gets degraded, and that is what happens, and that is what is happening. First, the male has degraded its character. In ancient times or in previously 500, 600 years ago, the male way of good character. They see women as as their wives, as their sister, as their daughter, and they do not objectify. And in our recent years, where there is so much of objectification of women, and especially that is has occurred because of the Bollywood and what I can see, materialistic commercialization of the world, that has resulted into this objectification of female. The TV ads, the Bollywood, this is all money making machines. And that has actually, and even we can see that in recent times, the apps like Moz apps, what I also can see, there are a number of apps where there are a number of girls who are dancing or showing something, and they get a lot of views. The character of the male is degrading day by day, and because of that, the character of the whole society is getting degraded. And if we want to uplift this, so first of all, the male, us, the leaders, should upgrade our character, and that will also helps the women to. They will also understand that if see they the one thing the female do is that they want to be equal to us. They want to be they want to follow us. If they are seeing that male is objectifying them, they would they want to they would want to be objectified by male, and that is happening. The women are more and more wants to being objectifying. So it's our duty, the male's duty, to get to be strong in our character and do not objectify females, so that the females will also learn from us and will not objectifying themselves, and that will give rise to a good character society. That's all, and that's it. It's not about that women should be a short dresses or not. See, if male has to objectify women, they can also objectify in burqa. As Kausal has said that even girls are getting raped. The problem is with male mentality, and that gets transferred into female mentality, and that's get transferred into the child's mentality, and that should degrade the whole society. That's not solution that you should wear this, you should not wear this. The problem is the only solution is that change the mentality of male. The whole society would get what can I say, the whole society would get pure, and that is the only solution.
Thank you so much.
Like, I want to ask one thing. Rohit, you want to add something?
Rohit, are you there or not?
Yes, I think he is there.
Yes, bro, I am present. Suppose
So you
Prashant, you have a gold of you have a gold of 5 lakhs. What you will do? You will purchase the locker in the bank, and you just lock the gold in such a way that no one will see. And in our society, the character of the women are more precious than gold. Why the women are showing the body? So the women should have to wear the proper dress in such a way that the society will maintain the character for that women.
So, Rohit, that is very great that you have that
On
courage
the
to
other
stay in
side,
front of.
on the other side, you are locking the gold, which are less valuable than character, but the precious value of the women or the precious value of the society is the good character of the women. Women are showing the body.
So, Rohit, do you want to lock every woman also?
No,
Like gold.
women should have to wear the proper dress.
Like your
I'm
point
not
was
saying
right,
that.
Rohit. Rohit, your point was right that it is not good to show body, but the example which you give, like I don't think that is going to stand in such society. And the example which you give, like you have compared to the gold, that was right. But keeping that gold into the locker, that was something I think not everyone will
But
appreciate.
Rohit also
I'm,
want to lock women
I'm,
like gold.
I'm not saying to just lock the women. I'm
Yes,
just
we are gutting because
covered in
we
Women
such
are
a
more
way that
Very
women
it
are more
good.
maintains
precious than gold.
society.
uh, like at last, let me tell you something. Okay, what are my views? First of all, I want to ask simple question. If this violence is happening, I want to ask reason why it is happening. Shivam Gupta, why it is happening? Just tell me one reason. If this assault has happened, if this crime has done by any man, then what is the mentality of that? What is the mentality of that man? Why that man has done this crime? Just tell me the reason. One reason from your side, or 2 to 3 reasons.
Yeah, I think that to satisfy his what can I say, to satisfy his sexual urge, he is doing that.
Yeah.
The first thing is, and the problem is it with is that whenever we are talking about anything like money, respect, sex, or any other object, the more you want that, the more the urge increases, and then you do not see that what is right or wrong. And that has
Okay.
happened in previously, even at the time of Ravana, when he
Yeah.
has more than 100 queens, he want to capture Sita. Even if a person has been married, has wife, has a good family, even if he want to rape only because his character has deteriorated. What was I was
Yeah.
saying that? Yeah,
Yes, Shubham, I agree. Like, I want to ask from where that urge is coming. Like in the present society, I want
yeah,
to ask simple question from where that urge is coming. Is it not coming from the Bollywood? It is not coming from the MX player. It is not coming from the web series. Is it not coming from the content which is available online? Am I
yeah,
right or not?
yeah.
It is coming from our
It
surrounding.
may be coming from a special kind of comic, I think.
What? Sorry, please. A comic. So no, so it can be any factor, my dear friends. I mean, these resources are so much online that is promoting us. That is that is inciting us. That is inciting our hormone. That is why I want to say, because many who did this kind of crimes, they were interviewed, and what they have found, that they have watched these movies, that those kind of movies before doing this crime. They were drinking alcohols. No, I'm not saying that directly short clothes are responsible, but whenever you see these movies, in these movies, they always wear sexy attire. In every case, in Bollywood, so indirectly, what happens? They are seeing that, but the result, who is facing? They are the result. The cause is being won by the women of villages. You know, but the main cause is this mobile phone which we are seeing. But who is facing these uh, great criminals? The women are facing. The women of villages are facing. But overall, the mentalities of the mentalities, like, this is a very great fact. Whatever you feed inside this subconscious mind, only that will come out. So that was I was saying. And one last thing why I said, suppose, like, keep rape aside, okay, now there's a sexual assault. This is very common, like this, like grabbing hand of any woman's, like this kind of activities. Now why this is happening? Okay, let me put some light on this. there is two things. First is blame, second is risk. Okay, if a car is being theft by a robber, then who is to blame? Robber is to blame. Okay, robber is to blame. Suppose I have left a suitcase inside that car full of money, which is visible from outside. In that case, again the blame is blame will be to the robbers. But haven't I raised the risk? Are you agree with me? Haven't I raised the risk? Why? Because the suitcase was visible from outside. So that is why I'm saying, when like in our society, every what our perception is that girls wear formal these sari and this clothes. But what happened? What happened when they wear very very fancy attire? So what happens? That raises risk. I'm not saying we are blaming them. Blame is to the criminals only. But at least we can assess this, that they are raising risk and they're eroding the values. What values? The values of the society. Because we are like, you can wear that, in a society in which you are going, like, I mean, everyone is, everyone has a very good thought process, but at that moment you are just raising the risk and you are eroding the values. So you have to keep these thought into your mind. So this was my thought at last. That's it from my side.
Nicely put, Prasad. So time is, I think, up. So we should move on to next round. Am I right, Rohit?
Yes.
Okay, then start. Rohit.
Yes, Kausal.
Yeah, we should start our next round.
Impromptu round will be there.
Yeah. You have chosen the topics or not? You have pre-selected the topics.
I have chosen the topic, but you have removed that. You will conduct the question round.
No.
That's why I'm asking.
No. I was not conducting at all. We were just casually talking. Okay. Conductor job is yours. Okay. I'm not making one employable.
Okay. Let's start with caution.
Okay.
Impromptu round.
Yeah.
Your topic, Kaushal, is stars cannot shine without darkness. Stars cannot shine without darkness.
Okay.
You will continue with this topic or just want to skip?
No. I will continue with this topic. I need 30 seconds of time to think about it. Okay. Okay. So my topic is stars cannot shine without darkness. It is very rightly said, and I completely agree with it, because in darkness we really appreciate light. It is this quote. This quote is really applicable in our personal life also, because a person who faces hardship, if we consider his hardship to be the darkness and that person to be the star, then his hardships makes that person much more stronger. And one who faces those hardships, one who faces those problems, shines much more brighter in future. If we do not face darkness, if we do not face hardships, we will not value the joy that comes after that darkness. We will not value the happiness that comes after those sorrow. And hence, when a person faces those dark times, and if it is and if that person is going through those dark times, then he or she will become able to value the happiness or the value the good times that he had when uh, when he will get out of this dark time. So that is all about this topic that I can say.
Okay, Kaushal. Next goes to Prashant.
Yes, Rohit, I'm back again.
Yes. Drug addiction is a choice or it is a disease? Drug addiction is a choice or it is a disease?
Okay, I need 40 seconds to frame up my thoughts. So I think I'm ready with my thoughts. So I think the topic was drug addiction is a choice or it is a disease. Okay. So I want to share my views by keeping two simple portraits in front of you. There is a boy called Ram in village, and there is a boy called Prashant in a very high profile city, Gorakhpur. Okay, let's say that village boy. What do you think? What facility do that boy have? Or you just don't go to the village. Like suppose I live in a very high profile city, Gorakhpur, and whenever I go for a morning walk, like around 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., I see almost 20 of children picking up garbages. Okay, picking up garbages, and after earning this 100 rupees, what they are doing? They're drinking alcohol, they're drinking cigarettes, they are taking drugs. Not very costly drugs, but yes, they are taking in various forms. They are available. Okay, so in that case, now if we compare at a ground reality for those needy children who do not have anyone to guide, in that case we can say that drug addiction is becoming a disease. Yes, a disease which is prevailing at the ground level at every part of India. But if we compare this with Prashant Tripathi, I'm having all the facilities, I'm having all the resources, I'm having all the guidance. And then also, if I'm putting myself into this zone, then I will term this as a choice, not a disease. This is like, I don't think where my thought, where my mind was picking this decision. So I have keep my perspective on two different situations. At the same situation with no facilities, that is becoming the necessity. Why? Because there is no guidance. That is why it is becoming a disease. That is why it is a concern for the India. And now at the different case, a very high profile man who is having all the facilities and who is then he is doing by choice. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. Next on Subham. Campus placement is just a luck. Campus placement is just a luck. You want to continue with this topic or want to skip?
Ready to continue. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So, Rohit has given me the topic that campus placement is just a luck. I do not agree with this statement because, see, campus placement is not a job guaranteed program by the government. It is only a place or only a program in which the companies arrive at our colleges, at our campuses, and if they find suitable candidate, they will pick you. So actually we have to prepare for that at our with our all the resources we have. And I want to say that in starting back 40 years back, there were no campus placement happening in our colleges, and also in USA, currently there is no campus placement happens. What the students do, they just apply to the companies at their own will, and the companies do the interview, and they will call you if they want. There are no in USA there is no guarantee of your campus placement. There is no campus placement in USA. And in India, when we are getting the opportunities of campus placement, where the companies are coming to our colleges, we should take these opportunities. Um, we should use these opportunities in a good way, so that we do not have to apply to hundred of companies after our graduation, and then that is a hectic process, because every day you have to apply to the college, apply to the companies, take review of that, see that when the interview is coming, check out your emails every day. That is a hectic process, and all these processes are checked by the other colleges, that when to call the companies, when to have that interview scheduled, when to review the companies, how to review that whether the company is good or not. So there's very good opportunities in our colleges, and we should use that. And it is not a luck, because um, we all need preparations, and because we are not getting into these companies for we are getting into these companies for the work to, and that work to perform, we have to be some skilled. So if we are not able to get that skills, so how these companies could hire us, because they have to pay for them for the money. So it is not luck, it's pure hard work, and we should take as much as we can from these opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubham. Next on Kshitij.
Yes, sir.
What is more important, recycling or donating? What is more important, recycling
1 minute.
or donating?
What is more important, recycling or donating?
Yeah. What is more important, recycling or donating?
Okay. My topic is, what is more important, recycling or donating? See, both words are opposite to each other. They are not complementary to each other. They have both have different meaning, but I can explain in their own perspective. See, donating. We can say any person, after any person can, after his death, he can means donate his eyes, his body, his ears, his shoulder, his etc. Means if he is donating his eye, means he is giving a light to another blind person. If he is donating his kidney, means he is giving another he is giving means a kidney to that person which is needy for that. Means, donating is such a thing which is more essential or more beneficial to the other people or our society. means we also donate some fund to the temples. We donate some fund to the any NGO which are working which is working for a orphan. Uh, so means the donating is another thing, and recycling is another thing. Means we are doing the recycle of any product. Means we can say example of bottle. You also seen that the bottles in our railway station which are used for the drinking purpose, and that bottles are used by its recycling process, and also other manufacturing products which are used under recycling process. And as our topic, what is more important, recycling or donating? I think that the donating is more important than the recycling, because as I said earlier, that if you are giving the eye, if you are donating your eye, means you are giving the light to any or to another person which is needed for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chitish. Lastly, Sekhar,
Yeah.
your topic is beauty is always in the eye of beholder. Beauty is always in the eye of beholder.
Okay.
Are you okay with this topic?
Uh, if uh, if you can give another topic, like if you have another topic.
Okay, I am just saying gratitude is the best attitude.
I will
Gratitude
continue with
is
the
the
first
best.
one. Continue with the first
Okay,
topic.
okay, no problem.
Okay.
Kaushal, prepare one topic for me.
Yeah, Rohit, no worries. I will do that.
Okay. So my topic is beauty lies in the eye of people. So beauty, what I think uh, beauty is the different perspective of different people. Like if we see in uh, some like West Kenya, Nigeria, this type of country, their people are mainly black people, and if we were asked that what is the beauty of that people, we will say that they are very ugly or something. Okay, but if we were to ask to the people from that country, they will definitely answer that they will definitely have seen beauty in any type of girl from that country. And okay, so I think beauty lies in people of mind. uh, if, if okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Rohit,
Sekhar.
are you ready
Yes,
for
Kaushal.
impromptu round?
Okay, give one topic to me.
So your topic is sexual orientation determined at birth? I'm repeating again. Is sexual orientation determined at birth? That is is that is, do you like boys or do you like girl? That thing is determined at birth, or it develops after some time.
Is sexual determined at birth?
Okay, do you want to change this topic or continue with this?
Okay, change the causal change.
Okay. Um, being a vegetarian is healthier than eating a meat-based food. Being a vegetarian is better than eating a meat-based food. What are your views upon it?
Okay, causal answer. Just give a 30 seconds.
Yeah, you have got it. Okay, who was the timer for this meeting?
No one.
No one. That is why the impromptu round was going on and going. People were speaking for like 5 minutes.
Mainly Subham.
Subham was in his groove. Okay.
Yeah, I was nothing in this in this
No,
week.
no,
I
Subham,
was
everything is
Subham
fine.
is
Subham.
the benchmark.
Benchmark for us.
Yes, causal.
Yeah.
I want to start with my topic.
Yeah.
Being a vegetarian is much healthier than eating the non-veg. That means the energy getting from the vegetables is more as compared to the energy from the non-veg, because the 10% of the energy, only the 10% of the energy was used when you use the non-veg, and the most content come from the vegetables. Whenever you go to the market, your wishes to just buy the fresh and the greenery food, greenery vegetables, to just maintain your health and to maintain your mentality also. It will also work on the positive way. If you regular use the non-veg, it will harm you, and but the other hand, you will regularly use the vegetables, it doesn't negative impact on you. So vegetables works on the health according to the health of the person. That's it from my side.
Okay, so you are done with your topic.
Yes, Kosa.
Okay, so I think you are the conductor, so you got the job of concluding this meeting.
Okay, today's round was so nice, and Prashant was given the sexual assault speech on the sexual assault, and it is
Prasad does not use sexual assault.
No,
Why are you laughing?
no issues, Rohit, no issues.
What, Prashant? Anything wrong on my side?
No. Like your intention was good, but little bit of, little bit of mispronunciation. Okay, no issue.
Yeah, play off words.
Okay. Sorry, bye. Kshitij has also given the speech on the administration system of the UP. It was very nice and informative. And Kausal, your speech was also from the novel that you have taken, I think. No. Okay. Kausal, if you want to conclude, just conclude it.
Okay.
No, bro, conclude कीजिए. No, bro, conclude it. You.
Conclude, Rohit.
Okay, Kausal, conclude it.
No, you are the conductor.
Yeah. Rohit, conclude it now.
Concluded, Rohit does not hesitate. Like people will laugh, but that does not, that should not demotivate.
And it is very happy that like we are laughing because we are your friends.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Yeah,
one
yeah,
should
no,
take it
no
on
problem.
ego. Okay, because in my whole life I've never assaulted anyone. And you have said by mistake, you have said that Prashant has so that was a mistake. There is no issue, yeah. Because we are friends
There is
and
no
we
issue.
are
Like
we are friends because we have to laugh on each other. That is why we are friends.
yeah.
Okay, don't mind. Don't mind.
No issues.
Okay,
Okay.
today's meeting was so nice.
And
Okay, Kausal, you conclude finally.
I think what is there to conclude, it is already concluded. I think we should leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should leave. Yeah, everything was fine. So
Okay, you added
thank
to
you.
any point you can add.
Kaushal, if you want to add
Yes.